Alright, what's happening, fellow recording artists? True man Mac, come over from musicmyschool.com. In this video, in today's vlog, you will learn how to sound exactly like the man himself, EOD, in the latest song, Elon Musk. It's a simple vocal chain that is going to make you to take a raw vocal to sound from this.
Whole lot of money in the safe, don't worry about us. I got a bad bitch in my place, she don't care if I touch.
To this.
Touch. Whole lot of money in the safe, don't worry about us. I got a bad bitch in my place, she don't care if I touch.
The vocal chain, as you can see, is pretty simple, but we're gonna break it down plugin by plugin. And yo, listen. The recording industry has changed, okay? Has changed. We don't need, this is a huge deal. Using of these vocal chains, it's hugely important to understand. This is not just about making music. This is like a shift in the industry. We don't need home-based recording artists do not need any third-party plugin, do not need any huge advances from record label to make this happen, to make good music happen. However, it's hugely important that you understand that you just cannot confuse the freedom, the opportunity you have to stay home and make good music from just stay home and make just music. You know, you still need to put time, practice to it, learn how to use these plugins so you can do the engineering part of yourself. Avoid spending a lot of money for something that you can do on your own and still not lose quality, and practice what you're supposed to practice, your skills, your art, to make good music at the end of the day. Alright, so let's jump on my computer and take a look at the vocal preset. But first, alright, let's get to it. So the vocal chain, as you can see, is just pretty simple. This is the level meter. It's just the first plugin that you want to make sure when you have your raw vocal to make it reach to -12, because this is the level that I mix this at. So you won't need to do any adjustment to the compression, stuff like that. And by the way, once again, you can download this thing for free. I'm just going to give you the password to the file in just 1 second. So that's for the first plugin. On top of it, we got pitch correction, channel EQ, compression. This time around, I'm using a bit crusher, a multipressor, a chorus to soften up all the work done by the previous plugins, a final channel EQ, and some few buses, which I'm going to show you in just 1 second. The pitch correction, I don't think you need me to go through this. It's pretty self-explanatory. You already know how we rock up with the pitch correction. Then we got some channel EQ just to clean up the vocal. I'm not doing anything special like I did on this vocal chain, but I'm just keeping it really simple, because simple stuff usually works better. So on top of it, we just got some compression, and this is just the basic format when you record, when you mix your recording. And these are simple tasks. This is a simple task. However, I found out that in life, okay, I'm gonna get a little wiser on the spot right here. Check this out, man. In life, simple tasks done repeatedly but done well actually bring about happiness. So this is what happiness is, man. Doing repetitive simple tasks, but doing it consistently and doing it better each and every time. So do not get bored about doing repetitive stuff. And these 3 plugins follow a repetitive pattern: pitch correction, channel EQ, and burst compressor. Now this compressor is not doing a lot, but I want to show you how this works. All right, it goes like this. let me play the vocal and play around with it and check what the needle is doing.
Touch. Whole lot of money in the safe, don't worry about us.
Alright?
I got
With the ratio at 2.2, and all these default settings, attack, release, and need, these are attack and release. These change according to what type of song you are mixing. But for the sake of this track, the release is a medium release and a fast attack, because it is kind of, is in the trap and is in the rap genre. So we want to make sure to leave it at 2 fast, because the compressor has to work pretty fast. As soon as the words hit the track, we want the compressor to do its work. And with the threshold at minus 30.5, I'm getting about minus 10 of dB reduction. This is the compressor setting for this vocal. So all you want to do is to leave everything as it is and use the threshold knob to make sure that your vocal reaches minus 10. Or you can do the other way around. If your recording is not consistent enough and you see a lot of peaks and a lot of goes up and down, your recording is not consistent, what you can do is to use, instead of the threshold knob, is to use the ratio to make sure and to balance that out and have more compression happening for the same amount of minus dB. In other words, what I'm trying to say is that if you hit the threshold to be whatever, right, minus 10, if your recording is not consistent, you can fuck around with the ratio to have like a 3.2, 4.1 or whatever, and then fuck with the threshold and get the minus 10 dB. Okay, if you didn't understand what I'm saying, try it out, man. You will understand what I'm saying. So the bit crusher, okay, the bit crusher is the next up. Now this is now a repetitive task, because as soon as you have your repetitive pattern, which are to clean up your vocal, to compress it, and make sure that the gain and you gain stage it, with the level meter. Now it's time to start bringing some sauce to the vocal. The first plugin I'm using to achieve that is the bit crusher, using this default setting. On top of it, we got some multipressor, because I did all that work and I found out that I needed a little bit of more compression happening, and I'm achieving that using the multipressor. Okay, so these are my default settings. You can leave it as it is. You have freedom to use these presets, which I'm going to give you for free through the link in the description. The file is password protected, and the password for the file is coming out in just 1 second. After all these plugins, I wanted to make sure that my vocal were kind of all these work done by the compression by these plugins. I wanted to make sure that we're kind of slowing it down. You want to make sure that all that work is slowing down with a chorus plugin. The chorus plugin make sure to soften up all this work that's happening to the vocal. And this is the presetting. As you can see, the mix is -3. If you hear that your vocal is actually been is subject to these plugins too much, you can use more than 3%. However, subtle is key. Using the chorus, as you will see, it affects a lot the recording, and so subtle is key, not only to mixing but in life in general. Once again, Wise on the spot right here. Check it out. Subtle changes hugely important. You upload your stuff on the internet and it gains traction day by day. You know what I'm saying? So it's subtle. It's a subtle way success. And using start mixing your vocal as you're supposed to, and getting better at it. As for recording and shit like that, subtle is what you want to look for. And then on top of it, we got another channel EQ, really subtle, really significant. It's doing what it's supposed to do. just I'm just reducing it for these bad frequencies that I heard. As you can see, it's really subtle. The EQ I'm doing on top of it all, because that's what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? And then we got some buses. After the buses, you will be free to download this thing for free and be able to get it, because the password will be revealed. I got some stereo delay on top of it, and this is actually awesome. You know what I'm saying? I love stereo delay using on the bus, and nothing else. I guess the bus number 3, I got some space designer, obviously. Just put the vocal in the mix and blend it to the mix. This is what I'm trying to do with the buses. The password for the file is basically smooth, SMOOTH, as you see it on the screen right here. Okay, so go in the description. While you clicking in the description, click the subscribe button and the like button. And once you get the download after all the process that I make you go through, just make sure to use the vocal chain as you're supposed to by actually using knobs, going back to this video and see where you need to tweak knobs and practice what you're supposed to practice, which is your art, your music. Make good music. The industry is changed. I'm not doing Music Money School. Purpose is not to make money. We don't need money. I have all I need. I don't need nothing from you. But what I need from you is to use this wisely. Meaning that the industry is changed. It's true that you can make good music home, but you want to actually make good music that sounds good. You know what I'm saying? Don't put out on the internet music that is not good, because that's bullshit. Okay, it's changed. Let's make sure that the changed, that previous artists had to fight for, like the one that comes top of my head is like Prince. Prince fight for us to be independent. And so let's make sure to bring to the table quality, because remember, music is magical. Like, it's a blessing that is given to us. Let's not ruin it. Okay, let's make sure that we treat blessings as we're supposed to be treated blessings, which is being grateful. And you are grateful of your blessing when you actually make sure to you make sure that you use it for the good of stuff. Don't just put out shit on the internet using these softwares and these vocal chains, because then you become a piece of shit. Okay, you're not respecting what other artists actually fought for. You got the password. You got some wisdom with you. It's your man Malcolm. See you in the next one, boy. Peace. I'm out. Yeah, we family, dog. You already know.